Welcome to Venture North. I'm Karen Sunderman. NASCAR has huge fans across the wide world of sports, but few of us can afford to own one of those cars. A creative group in Duluth have found their own solution. They meet at Spirit Mountain and host their own races. Greg Grell has their story.
Revving engines, a challenging course, and the thrill of competition. There are plenty of fast cars on a dirt track, but it's not race night at the Proctor Speedway. It's a Thursday night not far down the road at Duluth's Spirit Mountain, where the Lake Superior RC Car Club meets for its summer race series. At a scenic location high above the St. Louis River, local hobbyists get their weekly fix of speed and competition.
Makes your heart go pitter-patter up there when you're in a good race, just like the big guys have with their cars. It's been awesome to see the growth in the hobby up here, and it's really nice to see the new people come out, and I think part of it is because of the facility we have here. Thanks to Spirit Mountain, let us have a track up here.
On a typical race night, 40 or more drivers will show up, ready to compete for bragging rights.
Ever since I was young, probably 10, 11, I'm 34 now. Now we race the gas ones. Start out with the little, the electric ones like all kids do, and then once you get hooked, you kind of go way out of hand.
It does draw some interest because we have a few racers that are racing here now that 3 years ago were spectators, and they definitely got into it hook, line, and sinker.
You've got to be serious if you want to race with these folks, and the cars can be quite complicated. It starts with the remote control, which is where the RC comes in.
You got your throttle channel, which controls your throttle and brake. And of course, steering is this servo, left to right. And then you got your gas tank and then a pressure line on your header, which pressurizes the gas inside the carburetor. And this is the cooling head, keeps it cool, because these engines run on 20% nitro and about 80% alcohol, so they tend to get real hot.
If it all sounds a bit intimidating for a first-timer, there's plenty of help to be found. Despite their competitive nature, club members like to best their fellow racers on the track.
The guys here are more than willing to help out to get you on the track and keep you going, because everybody wants you to be able to get out there and run your car and race. You don't want to lose the race in the pits, and nobody wants to see you lose the race in the pits.
It takes a few years to get it down, but once you get it down, then you can help everybody and, tune their engine, so then everybody has a good time instead of getting frustrated.
I can't get this one to work. Here, make it run. Oh, he's got one of these ones. How many times did I do that?
Once the vehicles are ready to roll, they really zip around the track. The nitro-fueled cars can reach 50 miles an hour, and with all that speed, controlling these racers is a real challenge.
The horsepower to weight ratio is just unbelievable, so it will get loose. You got to be really touchy on the controller, otherwise you'll just be all over and crashing. So.
Not only are the vehicles high-tech, the track they race on also takes advantage of computer technology.
It's keeping track of the position and the laps of the cars on the track. Some of the cars out here, we have little personal transponders. They each have their own little unique ID number. So we have a loop buried in the track here, so every time they go across the line, it senses that little transmitter, that little transponder in their car, and it counts off a lap each time they go by. We used to have to, we had little hand clickers that every time the car went around, we had to click the laps off. So when you're running for 5 minutes watching cars go around in a circle, you get a little dizzy and you lose track sometimes.
With counting laps taken care of by the computer, drivers have nothing to worry about except racing. And that's when the fun really starts. Wipeouts and wrecks are common, but turn marshals are ready to quickly get vehicles back on the track.
All right, with 1 minute to go, we still have Joe out front, Mike Compton second, Corey third, Frankie fourth, Nick in fifth.
Of course, all of this fun does come with a price tag. Some avid racers might spend thousands of dollars on their vehicles. But you don't have to break the bank to give RC racing a try.
You can get a ready-to-run vehicle that you could run out here in the electric class for probably $250. And then, you know, from there, you got to learn your driving skills before you worry about spending a lot of money on performance things to make you go faster.
If you want to compete in the A-scale class, buggy class is the biggest class out here. If you want to compete, you kind of, you know, it's like any form of racing, you kind of have to spend the money to do it. So they run gas trucks and electric too, but once you get into nitro, you really don't want to race anything else.
Regardless of the investment each of these racers has made, they all keep coming back for the competition and the camaraderie.
It's a family fun sport. I mean, you'll have fathers and sons or daughters even up there that'll be ribbing each other, and it's just fun.